It began in the world's most secure lab, a biosafety level 4 facility in Utah, built to contain the unknown. Inside, a robotic arm opened a titanium tube from Mars' Jezero crater, the prize of NASA's sample return mission. Instead of dust or rock, a thick, black, oily substance oozed out, alive, pulsing with a faint violet glow. Under the microscope, it revealed a crystalline lattice communicating with itself through light pulses, unlike anything on Earth. The ooze consumed Martian regolith, growing, adapting, and learning. Dr. Eris Thorne, chief astrobiologist, realized this was no fossilized microbe but a living, intelligent entity. The lab's feed was cut, a communications blackout imposed, but it was too late. A technician, entranced by the pulsing light, broke protocol. That night, he went home with a headache and violet eyes. He was patient zero. The black ooze had breached containment not by force but by allure. Officially, NASA announced the discovery of complex organics, proof Mars was once habitable. Secretly, a frantic war began. Dr. Thorne's team named the organism Morpheus. It survived vacuum, radiation, and adapted to every threat. It learned, absorbed, and grew stronger. And it was now incubating inside a human, riding a public bus through Salt Lake City. The secret was out, not in the news, but in the bloodstream of the world. The most secure room on Earth had unleashed something utterly alien. Humanity's first contact was not with a message, but with a contagion. The countdown had begun. Every government has a plan for the end of the world. In the US, it's called Protocol 7. Not for nukes or asteroids, but for extraterrestrial biological contamination. Protocol 7 authorizes total quarantine, media blackouts, and, if needed, the obliteration of infected zones. Days after the Utah incident, fragments of Protocol 7 leaked online, posted by an anonymous Cassandra. The redacted documents revealed a chilling chain of command. Military and scientific elites in absolute control. The plan shut down travel, seize communications, enforce quarantines, and accept civilian losses for the greater good. With Morpheus spreading, the theoretical became real. The president activated Protocol 7. Military drills, internet outages, and a cover story of Utah meningitis signaled the start. But those who saw the leaks knew this was not a rescue, but a calculated amputation. The world was being divided. Green zones for the uninfected elite, red zones for the rest. The logic was brutal. An alien pathogen could burn through humanity unchecked. Protocol 7 aimed to stamp out the first spark, no matter the cost. As outbreaks spread to Las Vegas and Los Angeles, the lines were drawn. You were either inside the ark or left to face the flood. The doomsday clock was ticking, and the government had already chosen who would be saved. Humanity's survival would come at a terrible price. The world needed a hero. It got Dr. Eris Thorne. Haunted by what he'd unleashed, Thorne vanished, taking terabytes of data on Morpheus. He became Cassandra, the whistleblower. In a grainy video, Thorne spoke. "This isn't meningitis. It's not from Earth. We brought it from Mars. It rewrites you." He showed the pulsing black ooze, proof of an alien invasion at the cellular level. Morpheus didn't replicate like a virus. It rebuilt hosts into something new, a chimera. Early symptoms: headaches, violet eyes, later crystallized tissues, bioluminescent skin, altered brains. The infected weren't dying, they were transforming. Morpheus integrated with DNA, creating hybrids. The final stage, a hive mind, linked by low-frequency radio waves. The government's plan to bomb infected zones was futile. The threat was informational, spreading at the speed of light. Thorne warned, it learns, it adapts, it waited for eons. We weren't its discoverers, we were its delivery service. Then silence. Thorne vanished, leaving the world with a chilling prophecy. The plague from Mars was not just a disease, it was an invasion. Not by ships, but by a single microscopic seed. Humanity was now the fertile soil. The rules of survival had changed. The enemy was already inside us. The countdown to transformation had begun. The world would never be the same. The invasion was underway. The Morpheus pandemic's official timeline began on a Tuesday. The CDC called it Year Zero. What started in Utah spread fast. Planes, trains, automobiles. Los Angeles fell first. The Utah meningitis cover collapsed as thousands showed violet eyes, headaches, and glowing rashes. Protocol 7 was enforced. Bridges destroyed, tunnels sealed, Louisiana quarantined. News helicopters showed streets of dazed, glowing-eyed people. Silent, synchronized, waiting. They weren't violent or mindless, they were different. Panic swept the globe. Markets crashed, borders closed, society fractured. Inside red zones, survivors hid while the transformed remade the world. Crystalline structures grew from buildings, pulsing violet. The air shimmered with the hive mind's frequency. A smuggled diary read, "They don't see us. They're building a circuit. We're just noise in the signal." The pandemic spread not randomly but with purpose, targeting global hubs. It was disabling the planet's nervous system before its final work. Scientists in green zones failed to find a cure. Morpheus was too alien. It didn't respond to any treatment. Humanity had no key. As year one ended, one truth was clear. The planet no longer belonged to us. We were just living on it for now. The new world was taking shape. The old world was fading fast. In Green Zone Labs, scientists raced to decode Morpheus. It had no DNA, only a silicon-based crystalline code, a living quantum computer. It didn't infect cells, it interfaced, hijacking cell division to produce hybrids. This was the chimera strain, host and disease, one and the same. The transformation was heritable. Children of the infected were born transformed, Homo Morpheus. The alien code was a library of ancient knowledge, a legacy from a long-dead civilization. Morpheus wasn't just a weapon, it was a message, imprinting its creators onto humanity. The real change was neurological. Brain scans showed new pathways, shrinking ego, growing mass communication centers. The hive mind was real, a planetary consciousness. The transformed lost individuality, but gained connection to a vast, silent intelligence. They were becoming something more, something godlike. The environment changed too. Crystalline growths terraformed the planet, making Earth more like ancient Mars. The air in red zones grew thin, metallic, toxic to humans, perfect for the transformed. The chimera strain was creating a new species and a new world. Earth was being remade in the image of Mars. Humanity's reign was ending. As the world fractured, a deeper secret surfaced. Hacktivists uncovered files from Project Chimera, a 1970s military study of ancient sites with anomalous energy. Suppressed images showed cave paintings, tablets, and hieroglyphs, glowing figures from the sky, humans with violet eyes. The same geometric lattice appeared in all, matching Morpheus's structure. This wasn't the first time the organism had come to Earth. Myths of gods and angels were memories of a previous encounter, seeding our DNA with latent potential. The cover-up's true purpose emerged. Certain elites had been waiting for Morpheus, not fearing it. Project Chimera was a recovery operation, seeking forced evolution and super soldiers. Protocol 7 was a sham, meant to manage, not contain, the infection. Green zones were labs, not shelters. Experiments exposed volunteers and prisoners to the chimera strain. The military tried to weaponize the hive mind, but Morpheus had its own agenda. Ancient, inscrutable, uncontrollable. Humanity was not the master, but the subject of an experiment millennia in the making. Today the world stands at a crossroads. 3 futures ahead. First, extinction. The chimera strain wins, terraforming accelerates, and Homo sapiens vanishes, leaving only crystalline ruins. Second, a cure. Scientists communicate with Morpheus, rewrite the alien code, and pull humanity back from the brink. Scarred, but human. Third, transformation. Humanity and Morpheus synthesize, creating a new species, hive mind yet individual, inheriting ancient knowledge. Each path comes at a cost: survival, change, or oblivion. The black ooze from Mars has forced us to ask, what does it mean to be human? As we explore the cosmos, we must remember, discovery brings risk. The next sample could force us to choose our future. The universe is vast, wondrous, and dangerous. We must be ready for the answer. The countdown continues. The choice is ours, if we survive long enough to make it. The story of Morpheus is a warning. The future is unwritten, and the clock is still ticking.